right. Hello everyone. This is Jake Light, currently Jane Light, because of in celebration of Pride Month as well. Welcome back to another legal investigations, where I will be discussing about or looking deep into certain legal documents or topics or any matters that would probably be beneficial for some people to look into, to know about. So yeah, hope everyone's having a good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and all that. So yeah, for today we'll be focusing on Twitch, and specifically some of Twitch's legal documents that have changed, that have updated. Very important, made a lot of noises by a lot of people. Was very controversial, is very controversial, and has yet to be fully settled, or I don't think it will really ever be settled. So yeah, we'll be looking into it in a sec. What the changes are. I've made a video talking about it, of what the changes are, but it's a 6-7 minute video. I don't think I can, cram everything inside in 6-7 minutes, but the most important things I already mentioned. But other than that, there are some stuff I probably haven't mentioned about. But in case, let's just treat this as something that we're tackling for the first time. Although I've highlighted a little bit of some stuff, which would be mostly what I want to repeat again, right? What I want to talk about again. So we're going to be talking about 3 legal documents. The first one is Terms of Service. The second one is Twitch Monetized Streamer Agreement, and the Branded Content Guideline, in that order, right? So I have highlighted a few things, so we'll be looking into that specifically, although we'll just go through it normally like any other lawyer would have to, when we're reading any legal documents, especially agreements that we have to comply with. We can't just look at the terms that we only want to look at and ignore everything else. So yeah, the Terms of Service definitely has been changed quite substantially. Previously, I don't believe it has this sort of like a topic choosing kind of thing, and just by looking at the topics that I can see, they have changed a few things already by labeling them differently, right? So in any case, we just go through them very briefly, because I've done this like 2 or 3 times already. This might be my 3rd time, but yeah. First one, it's nothing too complicated. First clause, introduction. Your agreement to the Terms of Service basically tells you what this agreement is, and who are the parties in the agreement, right? And so basically we have Twitch Interactive. Okay, I kind of hate that it pops up like this. I don't know how to disable it, or well, I actually haven't figured out when to when. I feel like this is like a new thing that I don't really want. I mean, yeah, it's AI prompts, ChatGPT, and they have suggestions for me to do stuff. I don't want to. Not now. Anyways, so yeah, this agreement, Terms of Service, is between Twitch Interactive, the company, or the company managing the platform and all that, who owns the platform, and there will be the other party, which is, I think they just mention you or something like that, or they don't even do that. Wait, consisting of the website available, Twitch service. All right, other services offered by Twitch may be subject to a separate terms. when using this, you, all right, so they don't define who the other party is. They only define it by basically telling you, yeah, if you're using Twitch service, this is what you have to agree to. Not just the terms of service, you have to agree to the community guidelines, right? As well as all the sidebar here, the purple sidebar here are all other legal documents as well you have to comply with. It's a lot. It's a lot. Some are up to date, some are pretty outdated. So do take note about that before fully complying with them, because some of these outdated agreements contradict with each other, and if you find there's any contradictions, most likely the safest bet is to look at the terms of service. Terms of service would be the main agreement. It would supersede any other agreement, because this is what the agreement tells you what to follow, who to follow, what terms to follow. And if they have a term that conflicts with another one, this would take precedence, as we will see there's a term for that, right? So no need to, I don't think I need to really talk about this clause. There's nothing too major about it. It just tells you when you have to agree to this terms of service, and most likely the time you have to agree to it is basically when you use it. So anyone who watches stream, has an account with stream, or streams, has account on Twitch. What am I saying? Has an account on Twitch, is using Twitch for any reason, watching streams, watching clips, videos, or if you're a streamer, you also have to comply with this, obviously, right? Anyways, second clause, use of Twitch by minors and blocked person. So this has been revamped a bit. I believe it's still the same, as in the age of whoever can use this, can use the Twitch services. It's still anyone that is above 13 can only use, and so anyone below 13 cannot use. So on contrary to popular belief, Twitch platform, or I would say most other social platforms, allow minors to use Twitch services, albeit with certain conditions, which I don't think Twitch has any idea how to to enforce this. It's just basically legal requirement to say this. Yeah, so anyone that is above 13 can use it, but anyone that is between 13 and at the age of the legal majority, meaning to say either it's depending on the country, like jurisdictions, your jurisdictions of residence, so could be the adult age would be 18, 16, 17, depending on your country. What you considered, age of majority, right? For Malaysia, I believe it's 18. I don't think it's 16. I believe it's 18. I should know this, but let me check. Age of majority in Malaysia. It's 18. Yeah. Which I appreciate. A lot of countries have age of majority. I think even in the United States, put it as 16, right, or something like that. Yeah, Japan has age of majority at 16 as well. So for me, I feel like 16 is still rather young. I don't, and it's still considered a minor. But anyways, this is what Twitch says. And yeah, anyone who is below the age of majority and above age 13, they can use Twitch services, but only if they are under the supervision of a parent or a legal guardian, right? So again, don't know how Twitch is able to enforce this, because nobody knows whether or not you are actually being supervised when you're using these services. That's the thing, right? the only way for us to really know is if the person says they are underage or anything like that. And a lot of times, the streams that we do, the content that we do on Twitch or anywhere, it's not really suitable for anyone below the age of 18. Due to all types of adult content that may contain, in our streams. It's very difficult to even enforce this sort of like environment ourselves. I, for one, I don't do any content that may be unsuitable. I wouldn't say maybe. I would say seriously unsuitable for children. I don't swear often, or even if I do, it's pretty mild swearing. And anything, if we're talking about any sexual content, maybe in the game, but other than that, no. So it really depends on person to person whether you feel comfortable or not, right, as a streamer. Because in Twitch, minors can use it. Minors can watch streams. Bar of course, with the exceptions of minors should not, go and watch any streams that have been labeled mature. Oh yeah, talking about mature and all that stuff, I know that there has been a recent change whereby you don't just mark your stream as mature audiences only. Now you have to have specific labels now to tick on your streams, which is, I can see it right now. Drugs, intoxication or excessive tobacco use, no, I don't do any of that. Gambling, no, I don't do any of that. Mature rated games, so basically this one depends on your what do you call it again? Depends on your category of your stream. So if you choose a game that is like for mature audiences only, or it has a mature rating, which I assume Twitch will have that already set up, it will automatically tick this mature rated game thing label. Next, it would be significant profanity or vulgarity. No, yeah. So I don't swear, like really swear often, and even if I do, it's like really controlled. I'm very aware of it. This is just me, nothing about people who do swear. It's a cultural thing. I don't think there's any sort of like malice when people do swear, really, even because I feel like I'm in the minority of people who don't swear. Just basically from my family upbringing, that I don't have the habit of doing it, and of course it's my personal belief that swearing isn't that good, but again, I'm open-minded. That's just my personal belief. I believe it's totally fine if someone else does it. If someone else swears like a pirate, no problem. And I think Twitch agrees with me. You can, but of course you have to label it. Apparently, you have to label. If you're swear like a pirate, you have to label this then. And of course there are sexual themes. So apparently I would say this is there might be some contradictions between this one being a thing that you are allowed to have sexual themes in your streams, while there are rules against sexual content of a kind, according to the community guidelines. So this one, I don't know how you can really label this. It says content that focuses on sexualized physical attributes and activities, sexual topics or experiences. I will have to go through the article on this, if there is an article on this, but I probably will not make a video about it. But I'm interested to see how they are trying to define this, because if you tick this label, it's kind of also put you at the target of sorts, at a risk of also admitting that you're doing something maybe against the community guidelines. It is sexual, but what's the limit? Have you crossed the limit or not? I feel like if you tick this, then you're on Twitch's radar to be focused on whether you're actually doing something within the acceptable means of sexual themes or not. So that's my concern only. Then we have final one label that is called violent and graphic depictions. This one's pretty simple, though simulations and or depictions of realistic violence, gore, extreme injury or death. I feel like a lot of games would have this. A lot of games, mature rating games would have this. So I don't know why this is necessary to put it in a different category, unless you're not playing a game and there are violent and graphic depictions. Meaning to say you're doing some sort of like a real life content that involves violence and graphic content, which is again another thing community guidelines have put in to say this is something that is not acceptable in most circumstances. Another thing to tread lightly on. I mean, anyways, so that's that. But again, back to our terms of service over here. How do you manage this as a streamer, right? Twitch allows minors to be in streams that are mature audiences only. So how do you make sure, right? How do you make sure that your streams are suitable for minors or not? That's pretty much a personal preference thing, I would say. Some people, even though they don't do anything too unsuitable for minors, they would probably personally feel that the conversations had in their streams between chat and all that could be not suitable for minors. Again, this is something I think there's no black and white kind of definition, unless they are like very adult themed stuff, or the game is mature rating, basically means that children should not be watching it, right? But again, this is a personal thing, whether you allow minors in your stream or not. You're not the person that's breaking the community guidelines and all that. Not community guidelines, the terms of service. And it's impossible for Twitch to enforce this, whether it's true or not. Again, most likely, minors who are able to watch mature content is most likely going to be using an account and using false details about themselves, like putting in a birth date as they are like maybe 70 years old or something like that, so that to bypass it. It's really easy. I mean, there's no way to verify this information unless requested, and I think in a lot of countries you can't do that, requesting personal identifications unless you comply with laws and all that, privacy laws and all that. But anyways, enough about that. I don't think there's anything different over here. Supposedly, if there are minors, Twitch says, you can't use it. If you can't use it without, if minors use it without the supervision of they are below 13 years old, they can't use it. But again, How do you enforce this? No idea. There's no way to enforce this realistically. And clause 3, privacy notice. So this is talking about, yes, they have a privacy policy thing, telling you how Twitch uses your personal data. That's another can of worms, which I already talked about in detail. Not for this one, but for Discord's privacy policy. And there's a lot of misconceptions about privacy laws and all that, privacy policies, and why do they exist. But yeah, that's another thing to talk about if we ever going to go back to it, of course. And this one, account, again, no, I don't think I need to really get into this one. Account and password is just talking about how you make your accounts, third-party accounts, use of device, modification of these terms of service. Yeah, this one, they put it up here now. They're just telling you they can change the terms of service anytime they like, right? The clauses, the sentences, and whatever it is, like now, right? They've changed this without without requiring your consent or like agreement to it, right? That's how most online agreements are done, right? If you don't like it, you just don't use the service. Really, there's not much you can do. It's not like, I didn't agree to these new changes, I'm gonna sue Twitch and all that. Nah, that's not like that. There's no obligation for Twitch, because at the very beginning, you already accepted this clause that they are able to change the terms unilaterally. And of course, we have license. This one, I believe, is talking about Twitch's copyrighted works and all that stuff, trademarks and all that stuff. And you should not be using the Twitch's content at all for any of your own purposes, right? That's pretty much this. It is what this is. So nothing much to talk about this as well. It's not really anything that is detrimental to us. It's just Twitch protecting their own assets and stuff. Then we have user content, and this is where things start to involve us, the people who use Twitch, right? So user content. Twitch allows you to distribute streaming live and pre-recorded audio visuals works, so i.e. streaming, all right? To use services such as chat, bulletin boards, forum postings, wiki contributions, and voice interactive services. And to participate in other activities in which you may create, post, transmit, perform, or store content, messages, text, sound, images, applications, code, or the other data or materials on Twitch services user content. Yeah, so not just streaming, anything you do, and whether you're like actually using the chat feature of Twitch to talk to people, or doing clips, doing videos, doing highlights, uploading videos to Twitch for some reason. If you want to do that, all these are considered user content, right? And we have license to Twitch, right? Basically, this tells you in order to by giving Twitch, like right now, by streaming on Twitch, I'm giving a license to Twitch to use it however they want. Really, that's pretty much what they are saying here, unless otherwise agreed to in a written agreement between you and Twitch that was signed by an authorized representative of Twitch. If you submit, transmit, display, perform, post, or store user content using the Twitch services, you grant Twitch and its sub-licensees to the furthest extent and for the maximum duration permitted by law, applicable law, right? Including in perpetuity if permitted under applicable law, and unrestricted, worldwide, irrevocable, fully sub-licensable, non-exclusive, and royalty-free. Right to, so yeah, basically totally absolute use of whatever you've posted on Twitch. So use, reproduce, modify, adapt, publish, translate, create, derivative it works from, distribute, perform, and display such user content, right, including without limitations for promoting and redistributing part of all Twitch services. Derivative works thereof in any form, format, media, or media channels now known or later developed or discovered. There's a lot. Username, identity, likeness, and voice is submitted in connection with such content. So basically everything. They can do everything. But so far, from what I can tell, Twitch doesn't really use this sort of they don't really use your content for their own personal stuff. They can't, okay, just to remind people, they can't use this your content for give it to someone else to use it, as is described over here. So Twitch can't sell your content to another third party to do all these things. Twitch can do all these things, but not by a third party, right? Twitch can exercise this rights in connection with monetizing the Twitch services. Should such user content contain the name, identity, likeness, and the voice of third parties you represent, and warrant that you have obtained the appropriate consents and all licenses for your use of such features, and that Twitch and its subs licensees are allowed to use them to the extent indicated in this terms of service. Yeah, so I really don't have to explain all this. The gist of it is, if you post it in Twitch, Twitch can use it, right? User content representation warranties. This is not really relevant. You can't really read all of this on your own. It just talks about what you declare as the truth, and what you promise would be that you have done all the necessary things, whether it's copyright, whether it's complying with local laws and all that stuff. Yeah, all that you have to do in order to provide, in order to submit your own content, in order to stream. All right, basically. If you're using any sort of copyrighted work, you should have gotten permission for it, or all the stuff, etc., etc. All right, and yeah, I think I don't really need to explain all this stuff. Promotion is still the same as what was previously stated in the older versions, where if you want to hold some sort of giveaway, all that, you have to follow these rules. I don't think a lot of people actually follow these rules, especially the last part. You know, they tell you if you're doing some sort of promotion event, you have to tell them that this is a promotion by yourself, and it is not Twitch's. Twitch does not sponsor or endorse this promotion, and is not responsible for it. I don't see this happening. I don't see anyone really complying with this one, but yeah, it's there. And of course, political activity, it's still the same. You can be political, you know, you can talk about politics. The only thing you can't do is blatantly telling your community, or trying to advertise, promote, or market for the purposes of garnering support. Not really garnering support, like monetary support for whatever political purpose you're trying to do, you're trying to promote, right? You agreed not to solicit the use of any Twitch monetization tool for the purpose of making or delivering a contribution to a candidate's committee, political action committee, ballot committee, or any other campaign committee, or otherwise for the purpose of influencing any elections. Yeah, so you can talk about politics and all that stuff, but you can't actually, you know, be part of any politics. Candidates for political office are not eligible to use any Twitch monetization tools on their channels. Yeah, so if it involves money, you can't do it. If it doesn't, yeah, just talk about politics as much as you like, even if you're a politician yourself, right? Just don't use it as a way to I guess, during elections, don't use as a way to raise funds for it and all that. Then we have this is the new clause that they've added into, and I've talked about it in my video. So basically, they have recognized their third-party sponsorships by streamers who get from outside of Twitch. I don't know if you can actually get sponsorships from Twitch, but yeah. So they are considering all this branded content, whether it's to use, discuss, promote products, services, or specific content in exchange for something of value, such as being paid or provided with goods or services. So, if you're promoting a certain game or you're promoting a certain product, it will only be considered branded content if you're getting something out of it from them directly. Whether it's you're being paid or you're actually getting the game or getting the product to use and all that. So for me, for example, I think on my Saturday stream, I have to label branded content on my on that stream specifically, because I will be playing a game that was given to me in return to promote the game in a way, right? So yeah, that's something I'll be doing. I have my first sponsorship, quote unquote sponsorship. Anyways, that's that. Then we have Twitch. Then yeah, it further tells you if you want to, you have branded content in your streams, things like paid product placements, endorsements, and sponsorships. You have to comply with the TOS and applicable law. But specifically, they want you to use their branded content tool, which is this is basically, again, to tick in your stream that you're promoting something. You have to disclose to your in your channel that you're promoting something. And that's good. At least that's they have only required you to do that, other than the prohibited kind of sponsorship or any third-party dealings that Twitch is only allowing you to do. So that one we'll talk about in a sec, right? Actually, we'll talk about it right now. In addition, you agree to so this is, if you are doing brand content, you have to follow laws and all that stuff. But that's pretty par of the course. Just don't promote illegal stuff is what they are trying to say. So this connects to branded content guidelines, right? They have examples of what branded content is. Product placements, endorsements, sponsored gameplay, paid product unboxings, channel sponsorships, branded channel panels, brand logo stream overlays. Branded content on Twitch is not wearing your favorite t-shirt that happens to feature a brand or product, showing off a new piece of equipment you bought for yourself, talking about your favorite restaurants within your community. Yeah, so they have examples and all that. But most importantly, yeah, they want you to use their branded contents disclosure tool. Just tick this and you're good to go. You don't have to mention, don't have to type anything, but then it's a step you have to do. And yeah, previously they had some sort of like a really obnoxious requirement as to how you may present your paid products, branded content. Like you can't have this size, you can't have the entire stream with just the with the branded content in it and all that. But now they have removed that, totally removed it all. And now, but of course they still have some limitations. So prohibited branded content category, so there are things that they still don't allow. Hateful products, yes, that's logical. Illegal products, also very logical. Risky gambling products, this is something I really don't want to get into. I for myself, any gambling product should not be allowed. Unfortunately, Twitch allows gambling content to a certain extent. Their justification is that it's approved by the government or something like that. But for me personally, promoting gambling in a platform where minors are able to watch, or minors are exposed to them, even if they can't watch it, still bad. Unauthorized sharing of private information. Yep. Spams, scams, and other malicious conduct. Yes. Weapons. So weapons is not allowed. Firearms, explosives, and related products. That's it. Does that include? I guess it would include, because it says such as. Those are just examples. So it would include melee weapons, swords, all that kind of things. It would be considered weapons as well, not just firearms. Adult-oriented products such as pornography, sexual content, or male enhancement products. Reproductive health services are allowed. Alright, so that's something I think obviously should not be allowed. Tobacco, yeah. Financial products and services. Okay. Initial coin offerings. Multi-level marketing, MLM. And get rich quick schemes and payday loans. Yep. These are things I would agree as well. Medical facilities and products. This is also, I would agree as well. Even if, let's say, the streamer is a doctor and all that, I don't think you should promote drugs and all that stuff. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of countries would have problems with it. We would have some sort of laws pertaining to advertising medical products, drugs, and all that people have to comply with. Political content, including paid promotion of politicians, political parties, or issues of public debate. This is understandable because the definition of branded content is, you're promoting a political agenda in exchange for something. So that would not be allowed in the TOS itself. Right, cannabis, understandable why this is not allowed. But then again, cannabis, this have to make the distinction again, just like the political branded content, is that you can use marijuana while you're streaming. You can be drunk, you can be smoking and all that stuff, because that's all your personal consumption. You're not actually promoting it. In a way you are, but you're not promoting it via branded content. That's what Twitch is making their distinction on, right over here. These are all prohibited in this specific stance only, specific context only, right? In other situations depends, but it is allowed. Finally, we allow branded content for certain products, but with some restrictions, including alcohol. Products must be marked as mature content. So apparently you can advertise alcohol. That's the thing they are approving. How do I know if there's branded content in my stream? Do I have to use the disclosure tool if I have branded content in my stream? Can I? Yeah, the only thing I want to what happens when I disclose branded? Just using this one is the only thing I want to highlight. Is what happens if I fail to disclose branded content in my streams. If you fail to disclose branded content on your stream, we will send a warning via email. Repeated failure to disclose branded content may lead to other actions, including suspension of your account. So yeah, that's the only thing I really see as a problem now with branded content, is if you miss this a few times, and it really, again, we have to question about the enforcement of things. How are they going to enforce this? At the end of all this, as controversial as this is, the branded content, how does Twitch go about enforcing this? It doesn't tell you that if you don't disclose it, or if you find out someone is not disclosing it, can you report them? We'll find out, I guess, very soon in the next 2 weeks time when this gets when this gets started, as this only gets started when this guideline, this policy is enforced from July 1st. So only in July 1st we will know would be a thing and how they are going to be enforcing this. My guess would be they would rely on user reports rather than have their own moderation team, or have some sort of like a sophisticated algorithm system to detect whether you have branded content or not. I don't think that's a thing, but who knows. Then again, yeah, if it's based on user reports, can be abused, and maybe can be abused. If that happens, really, I would say someone really hates you. If you're streaming and you're doing a sponsorship and you just also happens to don't know about this branded content or totally ignore it for several times, and people just reporting you probably would get banned. But of course, you again, they say they will send a warning via email, so you might not your stream, your channel might not suddenly be suspended for no reason. But then again, suspension without reasons or accidents and all that has happened very often. To say that, it's a possibility. it's a possibility. It's a realm of possibility. It's in the realm of possibility. In any case, that's branded content. I don't think I really have to talk much about that. I really don't want to get into this one. This is nothing has changed as far as I can see on what the prohibited conduct is. All right, the things you shouldn't be doing when you're using the terms of service. Most of it is like very obvious, and some of it is like very technical, like hacking, reverse engineering, sabotaging the system, their service and all that stuff. So yeah, there's a long list of things that you can't do with your when you're using Twitch. That's pretty much for your own reading. It's too much for me. And yeah, we're going back with this one. Before that, I'm going to hydrate myself. All right. Okay, so clause 11, which is like the most important one, most important changes made to the terms of service, which is probably the only thing I highlighted with importance. Simulcasting. So again, previously, if you're not an affiliate or a partner, or most partners, you can stream simultaneously on Twitch and other streaming services, streaming platforms, right? But now you can't do that. No one can do that except with, the exceptions are over here. But yeah, basically, since they put previously it was only for affiliates and most partners, without like a private agreement. So for affiliates and all that, we have like a really restrictive different kind of clause actually on this one. But the gist of it, yeah, is also you can't stream simultaneously on other platforms, but now everyone can't do that. But there are exceptions, of course, and the exceptions are Twitch giving permission. So most likely this is like a Twitch partner thing. From what I can tell, Twitch partners Some very limited, I would say, Twitch partners are able to stream simultaneously in places like YouTube while streaming on Twitch. And there are also exceptions on the type of platform you want to simultaneously stream, simulcasting. So if it's a streaming platform that is first on a mobile service, you can use it apparently. You can do that apparently. And of course, any entity that is considered non-profit or government can also stream simultaneously on different kinds of platforms as well, but for non-commercial purposes. That's the thing. But of course, this is affecting a lot of people who choose to not be an affiliate, who choose not to be a partner and all that, in order to stream in different platforms. Now they can't do that. Why would people do stream simultaneous? There's a lot of reasons. I think the most obvious one is for people who want to start out and want to have not to have all their eggs in one bag, so to speaking, and only decide where to focus when they have obviously a majority of their community watching in a platform. So for example, if you're streaming in YouTube and Twitch, and if there are more people watching on YouTube, eventually this would allow them to decide, to consider which platform they should continue streaming. So that's what. Or the other one is they do have monetization features activated in YouTube, but at the same time they want to garner more people. They want to have more people viewing their streams, so they are streaming elsewhere as well. That's a possibility as well, right? But anyways, now that's not possible, right? Because if you breach this clause, they can do all sorts of things. Although in the first place, I have highlighted this, right? I have highlighted this, and I haven't talked about this in my video. Is that yes, breaching all this would have consequences, but then again, in the first place, people might argue that termination and all that. Twitch can do that for any reason. They don't have to have you first breach a clause in a TOS for them to take actions against you. That's the thing with this TOS, or people really don't know about, even all the other ones, like the monetized streamer agreement also has something like that. But in short, Twitch can terminate you whether or not you're breaching clauses, is the argument, whether they put up this rule or not. But again, for me, that's not really a practical kind of argument. Yes, legally speaking, they can do whatever they want because of how it is worded in their termination clause. But practically speaking, in terms of their reputation, if they are terminating users left and right without providing actual reasons, that is not good, right? That is not good. If Twitch just terminates one, stops them from streaming, suspends them for no reason, it's gonna garner problems. It's gonna garner negative reputation, especially against partners and all that. But yeah, moving on. Advertisements. This is somewhat related to branded content. This one. Previously, I think they don't have the last sentence. When people were complaining about the branded content, is that a lot of people were raising pitchforks against the branded content policy, and with that, they Twitch backpedaled and removed a lot of stuff. People were still complaining because inside here, clause 12, they still said that they do not allow third-party advertising through Twitch services. So this clause contradicts with the branded content policy during those few days. But when I check back again after a week, they have this already, right? So with this, it's the exception. If you are like using the if you have a branded content and you disclose it on your streams, this is the exception for the advertisement clause here, right? So there's no conflict of clauses anymore. Previously, this garnered a lot of complaints as well. But anyways, yeah, this is in line with the branded content and also the clause above, clause 9 as well. Yeah, so beyond that, not really anything I can tell. Copyright's still the same thing, trademark is still the same, third-party content pretty much the same as well. It doesn't really affect you or anyone majority wise. Idea submission, also the same. They are telling you if you submit ideas for Twitch to help better their services, help improve their services and all that, they don't have to provide compensation or credit to you. So really, anyone who I think, you know, this is more towards people who think that providing some sort of like a feedback warrants compensation. I don't know what sort of people think like that, but I guess there are. That's why this clause exists. But most people who provide feedback, criticisms, and all that, it's not expecting anything in return. They just want these services to improve or their enjoyment of it. So yeah, and the termination clause, I already talked about this. Pretty much, you know, it makes every other clause, if you breach them, kind of redundant, because Twitch can terminate your use of the services for any reason, meaning say they can terminate your account, you can remove your account and all that stuff. But yeah, again, not in a practical sense. In realistic sense, Twitch takes actions not based on legality only. It has to base on profits, mostly profits, and their reputation and all that. Right, clause 18. Okay, this below over here are all the same. These are standard clauses talking about indemnification, and they are not responsible of whatever loss you have suffered. And if you are trying to sue, if you're trying to sue Twitch or something, everything has to be following this terms and conditions. And like Twitch says, like whatever they have a promise or anything is not binding, all that stuff to you. You can't sue them. But these are all standard clauses. They may or may not be enforceable in the based on US laws, right? They put it because it's a standard thing, right? So that's TOS, right? That's TOS. Not much changed except for those, but those are very important regardless. Right, we're going to be moving on Twitch monetized stream agreement. Then I think that would conclude our stream. So if you have any questions, anyone that still is on chat, if you have any questions, please ask them now. Especially if you're a streamer, if you're a streamer, VTuber, if you have absolutely no idea about these things, if you don't read this TOS or these agreements, all that, it's not your fault. I don't blame you. There's nothing wrong about it. It is your personal choice, your personal discretion, your life, you know. But now you have someone talking about it, might as well, you know, ask a few questions. All right. There's nothing to be shy about. I won't, shame people for not knowing about these things. I feel like if we were talking about 100 people, 100 streamers, out of 100 streamers, probably 10 people would have read the agreements, would have read the TOS. Majority of people would not read it because of how our lives are like. We have not been conditioned, we have not been trained or made the habit of trying to make sure everything we do is in compliance or our rights are not infringed and all that stuff. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure the Telenor meme is not there's some questions in there. Yeah, no questions. But yeah, let's continue. Alright, Twitch monetized streamer agreement has been updated since 6th June, so there's no changes at all from the time I last inspected this one. It has been revamped a bit, right? The things I've like kind of highlighted things that I've looked into, so we'll be going through that. But generally speaking, if you wanted to like compare the two agreements, the old agreement still exists, which I can show you over here side by side. Yeah, so the old agreement last updated on December 12th last year still exists. You can still find it by just typing affiliate agreement. But yeah, this one is roughly the same length, and not really. This is actually shorter. They've removed a bunch of things, which we'll go through in a bit. Okay. But yeah, and I think let me just double check. The link now, as an affiliate, we have a link towards the agreement that we have to follow, and I think it's still pointing to the old agreement. But we have received a notice that our agreement has been updated, so there's that. I'm just gonna check this. Affiliates. Yep, it still points me towards the same. It still points me to the same place. I can show you this. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of different things as well. I remembered I have to talk about. So as you can see, this is my affiliate tab. So this one, it's still linked to the affiliate agreement. So it's kind of implies that you should still follow the affiliate agreement, but not really, because they already have a notice that you have to change your. They have changed the terms and conditions you have to follow as an affiliate in the email. I don't think they have this over here. They don't tell you over here. Anyways, moving back to Twitch monetized streamer agreement. Quite a mouthful. Gotta say. And yeah, this agreement is new. It's totally new because in a sense that originally this was only applicable to affiliates. Now it is an agreement that applies to both Twitch affiliates and partners, right? And I don't know what originally Twitch partners had. They might have their own private agreements or standard agreements, but now it is in public. People can see this agreement, and both affiliates and partners have to follow the same things for now. Other than again, there may be additional agreements. There may be private agreements that give partners some different incentives other than that's provided in public, shown in public, right? And other than that, the clauses are roughly the same. Eligibility and compliance, this one still talks about if you want to apply as to either a partner program or affiliate program, you have to fill in all the necessary details to get your channel monetized. Yeah, and they still say the same thing. If you apply for it, they will either reject or terminate your account in connection with any violation or abuse, including any violations of the terms of service. You may not attempt to rejoin the program without our advance written authorization. Right. Yeah, so that's general eligibility. Over here, it's the same. Compliance. All they have, the one thing they removed is the age requirement. Must be at least 13 years of age. Here it's not written here anymore, but I believe when you're applying for partnership or affiliates, they also again ask for your age and all that, because when you're monetizing your channel, if you're below the age of majority, if you're not an adult, you do have to fill in information that is your legal guardian or your parents, right? Anyone that is below the age of majority that has somehow gotten affiliate or partnership status can't monetize their channel by themselves. They also have to have the supervision. They have to have the consent agreement by those that are taking care of them. So yeah, that's something you can't evade. That's something you can't avoid. Yeah, all this information has to be true, especially when Twitch is paying you money. They have to pay you a legitimate account, a banking account, which most likely connects to an actual adult, because only adults can make bank accounts. And even if like minors have accounts, it's mostly likely what do you call it again? A sub account or something like that, which is traceable. So no one really can. What I'm trying to say is no one really can fake being an adult at this stage, because they do require actual verifications on your identity, right? Like I have filled out my real name, address, and all that stuff in the in my affiliate application. I can't falsify, like say, put my VTuber name in the affiliate in my box saying my first name, my last name, all that stuff. Anyways, moving on. Compliance requirements. Yeah, so this is all the things. It has to be true, accurate, up to date. You have to comply with the terms of service. You have to provide information to verify yourself, all that stuff. If you can't, they will do all the things necessary, like disable ad, all right, not let you monetize, terminate your agreement, disable your Twitch channel. Right, so moving on. Not much, all the same, more or less. But yeah, this one is the one that's different. Originally, there is the live content exclusivity, which I thought they removed this, meaning to say, yep, you can simulcast now. But nope, they only moved this clause, changed it entirely, put it in the TOS. So even though originally in the old affiliate agreement, there are much more stricter stricter requirements for streaming in Twitch, which is not only you can't simulcast, you can't upload videos to other platforms within a 24-hour period after your stream has ended. So that's quite restricting. But no more live content exclusivity, just no simulcasting. So that's that. Yeah, so immediately they just talk about this thing, which is one of the more controversial thing as well, most heavily talked about, content programming, which there's nothing like this. There's nothing like this found in the affiliate agreement. You will be an executive producer of and responsible for all user content programmed to the Twitch services. Your Twitch channel or channels, including your Twitch channel page or pages, is referred to herein as your Twitch channel, subject at all times to compliance with the terms of service. You will decide in your sole discretion the user content to produce and program for your Twitch channel, the quantity of user content programmed for your Twitch channel, the times and days for your Twitch channel to be live on the Twitch services. So basically they're telling you whatever you want to do with your streams, it's all up to you. I don't know why they have to spell this out, like how many times or days you have to stream, or what kind of quantity you're streaming, what kind of content you're making. All this, you know, is I feel like unnecessary. Like just tell you you can stream, it would be sufficient. You have to. There's no reason to be so specific, unless people are confused, like as to thinking that Twitch must tell you how to stream, all that stuff. But of course, again, I digress. They do tell you that how to stream, but in very vague terms, and this is where it comes in. Oh, thank you. Oh, Dazzy, let me give you a shout out. Hello, my name Eric. Hello, Eric, my name. Give you a shout out. Hi, hey, caught me at, oops. Why is my face like that? I think it's because it's dark or something. We just... Hello, Keybane. What were you playing? We're playing League of Legends. Nice. So yeah, welcome Raiders. How was League of Legends? And look at those butts. Look at those twerking butts. Very nice. Very fluffy. Can I say that? Very fluffy. But yeah, welcome. I'm Drake Light, or currently Jane Light, in celebration of Pride Month. I'm a gaming lawyer, a real life lawyer as well. So if you have any questions you want to ask, feel free to do so, especially this time because I'm doing a legal investigations, which is a live seminar talking about certain legal topics. And right now we're talking about the infamous Twitch monetized streamer agreement. Very fluffy. Yes. How's the new TS looking? Not good. You have questions? Feel free to ask. Nice, because I didn't get toxic this time. Oh, good. Good. Give it to me straight, dog. How's it looking? It's not good. So yeah, you stopped me at a really good time. So the most controversial thing that a lot of streamers talk about is that in this new agreement, which applies to affiliates as well as partners, somehow Twitch wants you to have a specific way, or they require you to stream in a specific manner, but in very vague terms, as I highlighted over here. You further agree to provide a consistent amount of live content, program quality live content, regularly interact with and engage viewers of your Twitch channel. I will hydrate in a bit, and respond to live viewers of your Twitch channel via Twitch chats. Oh, Thank you for the follow, my name Eric. So yeah, let me know what you think about this. What do you think Twitch is trying to say? Thank you for the follow, Kibane. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. Hope your stay is a good one. I've had my reservations about it. It's also vague and gives them so much power on doing what they want. Indeed. I think Twitch a little greedy. A little. You might be understating that. But yeah, this sentence, a lot of people, at least on Twitter, focus on this sentence a lot, because a lot of people can't comply with this vague requirement. Why it's vague? We don't know what is consistent amount of live content, right? What do they mean by this consistent amount of live content? Where is the precedent for this? Is there an example? Is there a specific number? How many times do I have to stream a day? Or how many days do I have to stream in a week? Or how many weeks do I have to stream in a month to be considered consistent amount of live content? So that's one thing. The other thing is quality live content. What is quality? Is just having something on stream, like playing a game without any stream overlays, considered low quality? Or having some amount of stream overlays is quality? Or having like professionally made stream overlays and alerts and all that stuff is considered quality live content? We don't know. Thing is, the competition didn't have similar enough products to be proper competition. True, very true. For now, Eric, because things are changing. A lot of platforms are seeing Twitch out making stupid changes to their platform. They are making all this. They are doing all sorts of things to promote themselves. Whether it's a big platform like YouTube or small platforms, which only a few thousand people are probably using it. But for example, YouTube, I think I can show you this if anyone hasn't known about YouTube's recent changes that's being made for a few countries at least. I do have a link to it, but where is it though? Let me see. And it's consistent amount of quality content, and that really just means that if you do not like it, they can kick you out and make you pay the new fee. I'll talk about the new fee as well in a sec. The regular interact with and engage viewers is a little weird to me. Like, there are silent let's plays, art streams where the artist just draws. There's channels that shows reruns of playthrough series. Yes, it's also something. There's also a lot of things you can argue about it. It's vague. It doesn't make it possible for all kinds of streamers to comply with this, right? There's so many different kinds of content, different kinds of streamers. How would you be able to do that? Would you be able to provide all this, comply with all this? Especially now it applies to all affiliates and partners. Would this be considered not interacting with viewers? Yeah. It's very restrictive. Let me see. I'm trying to find the YouTube one. Where is it though? I don't want to find a news source on it, because news could be not confirmed, verified, and all that stuff. Man, all this news, they don't provide the link. I have the link. I'm just finding if it's easy to find out. but apparently not. Maybe I'll just look at it. There is a picture of it. Yeah, this one. Just show this picture. YouTube has been doing something, so this might be useful information for you. So yeah, they have another option for YouTube partnership. Instead of like having all the monetization features, you get some, but at a lower requirement. So you only need 500 subscribers on YouTube and 3 valid public uploads. So that's very easy. And the other thing that you only need is 3,000 public watch for hours or 3 million valid public short views. This one, 3 million short views, I think is very difficult to achieve. But 3,000 valid public watch hours, that may sound a lot, 3,000 watch hours. But if you stream on YouTube, and as long as people are watching, this will probably be achieved very soon, right? Because a lot of people would lurk on streams, and the public watch hours just count over it. And yeah, eventually you reach 3,000 watch hours in no time. But yeah, this one provides you some features, which is like also the music is a bit loud. Let me just change it a bit. It provides basic features like Twitch, like having a subscription thing, and I think super chat kind of stuff as well. Yeah, at the very least, because of the stupid changes happening on Twitch, other platforms are providing features that is, well, practically better. So a lot of things are happening in the streamer community. A lot of people are looking to consider other places to stream, mostly YouTube, and also there's a big chunk of people want to stream in Kick.com. That's another old can of worms. A lot of people are fighting over whether it's right or wrong to stream on Kick.com. But yeah, that's another thing to discuss. But for now, yes, this agreement alone is making all the noises, making a lot of noises actually. All right. So yeah, back to this one. Regularly interact with and engage viewers of your Twitch channel. Again, no idea, there's no examples, no. Normally, you would find out whether you have all this. It's not hard to find out whether you're providing consistent live content or quality live content, all that stuff. You can base on all of this on something like a statistics, maybe like an average view or average chatting messages, average interactions, all that. Put it inside somewhere that you can actually see in a person's channel account or all that stuff, like Twitch is trying to do. But we have no idea what's the requirement, right? The requirement to become an affiliate, right? The requirement to become a partner, which is to have this amount of average viewers, this amount of followers, this amount of people watching you, or this amount of hours that you have streamed, right? Those are things that you can find out that are clear, specific. Whether or not they make sense or not, it's another thing to discuss, right? Another thing to refine. But this one, just having this sentence in agreement, in agreement that's not just some simple TOS that may or may not be relevant. This is an agreement that affects people's livelihood. If I have to say, it affects people's ability to get some sort of income from streaming. It's not a lot for a lot of people, but it's still something, right? And if for me, when an agreement is vague, if it becomes too vague, it can be vague to some certain extent. Can't really do it about it much. Like vague in the sense that Twitch has more power than you, at more advantage to dictate what you can or can't do. But if it becomes to an extent of you don't know whether in the long term that you can be a Twitch streamer for long without breaching some sort of rule is concerning. By this time, you'll be like thinking, whatever I'm going to do, it would start to feel like whatever I do, it's going to breach some sort of like vague clause Twitch has wanted me to follow, because anything could be considered a breach, especially with just this sentence. Right? And how do they consistently, again, if we're logically thinking that Twitch wants to enforce this, how do they enforce this? Can they enforce this fairly, right? Can they from an affiliate to a partner, right? A partner would have a lot more consistency in live content, probably, as well as quality, and also the interactivity with chat, compared to an affiliate who has a smaller community. All right, a small community, but nonetheless there is a community, and those people don't usually always be available to come and check out the streamers that are following. So what happens to them? What between the affiliate and the partner, are both of their consistency, their quality, their regular interactivity, how is that judged? Think about it. How is that judged? So what's the standard? Do we have to be put on? Is there like a different standard for affiliates or a different standard for partners, or everyone has the same standard, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I can keep on saying a lot of things about this sentence because of how vague it is. There's so many numerous ways that you can interpret this and still be answering this this sentence here, this clause here. That's the problem with clauses like this. And we have, and us lawyers, I believe I believe a lot of lawyers have looked into this one and also have the same came out with the same conclusion that this is bad. And in most of our experiences, especially me, who deals with a lot with agreements, although the real estate property kind of agreements, this sort of things would not hold much with me, especially if I'm negotiating terms and conditions with another party and they give me this. I'm going to grill them. I'm going to grill them as much as possible as to tell me what they mean by this until I'm satisfied. And if I'm not satisfied, I'll do my best to tell them, please rephrase this to the intention that you want, so that both of us are clear with our obligations. Because yeah, this would really screw up anyone with this kind of clause. Other than the other kinds that are pretty bad as well, like this one over here, the termination clause. Yeah, you can be terminated for any reason, which is typical of big platforms or online terms or services, where they always have these things like, yep, I can terminate anytime I like, why a reason, like, all for no reason. But yeah, not a good one. Not one that a lot of even though this exists, not a lot of people will rely on this to terminate someone, to end an agreement, because it doesn't look good for them. That's the only saving grace I can say. But for this one, they would have a legitimate reason. They would say, yeah, I'm terminating you not because of I hate you, I have no reason, just wanted to screw with you. But yeah, I have a legitimate reason. You're not providing a consistent amount of live content. That's why I'm suspending you, or I'm removing monetization features from your channel. So that's that, right? That's a possibility that they can use to show that they have some form of fairness or reasonableness in doing what they are doing against you. But anyways, moving on. This sentence down here, it's not really anything. It just tells you that you have to do all the necessary things to comply with laws, comply with consents, approval, permits, licenses, all that stuff. It's something that you are typically should do. Right, keeping. I honestly think that after the pandemic, they got such a large influx of streamers who are now affiliates that they are paying too much and they are trying to lower the numbers. I would say that's a possibility, that's a reason, but I doubt it's really substantial. If anything, I would say affiliates are not bringing a lot of money. Maintaining affiliates might be, sorry about that, a lot of windy in my place and doors are closing them by themselves. I would say affiliates, it's not about paying affiliates, it's about maintaining affiliates, maintaining the system, providing affiliates with all these services, the statistics, the subscriptions, the accounts, the monetization features, all this stuff probably takes up some sort of a maintenance cost to them. Affiliates don't get paid much. Majority of affiliates don't get paid much. I don't get paid much. I've been doing this full time. I'm earning about, if I have to really say how much I'm earning, it's a month. A month would be about $25 to $50, $25 to $50 USD a month. At this size, at my average, and there's a lot of affiliates at this range. We have statistics about this, where all the statistics on how many affiliates there are, and how much viewers they have, how much followers they have, and it shows. You can estimate how much they are earning, and they are not earning a lot. How many affiliates are there that are actually monetized, actually earning anything? There are probably tens of thousands of affiliates, but affiliates that actually earns money, are consistent, are active, is not a lot. But yeah, you probably can find it out. There's a lot of websites tracking this stuff. You're tracking my statistics as well, and would tell you how what am I at the spectrum of affiliates getting money, getting some sort of like viewership? I'm in the top something percentage, I think. Let me just, I don't remember the websites, but maybe I can just find this somewhere. Search. Yeah, I can search for myself. Right. Let me just put it over here. Yeah, so this is twitchtracker.com tracking me. I'm supposed to be ranking at 189,000 among Twitch streamers. So there are, I guess, around 200,000 of me that they have to pay. So let's assume, let's say, I'm at the top 2.78% of Twitch, right? In a way, I'm trying to make the point as in there are 200,000 streamers that are getting paid, and the amount I'm getting paid is about $25. Let's just assume that is the case, and we put out the calculator. How much it actually costs to Twitch, right? 25. $25, assuming there's 200,000. Wait, no, is that yeah? They're assuming that it's true. $25 per month is 5 million. All right, it's 5 million USD. That's assuming everyone gets paid at that amount. Right, then that's a month. So what is 12 months? 12th month is 60 million. Now, do you think 60 million is a lot? 60 million a year that they have to pay monetize Twitch streamers compared to the amount they actually are getting profits from. How do you calculate? How do you find about Twitch's profits? Twitch revenue yearly or something. On average, Twitch earns about 231 millions from ads. Twitch almost made 10 times as much in 2021 as in 2016. From 2019 to 2020, Twitch saw an increase of 660 million in revenue. So, okay, yeah. On average, Twitch earns 231 million from ads. The average Twitch employee makes 6 figures a year. Not streamer. $124,000 a year. Okay. So that's the statistics. Do you think it's because of the cost of their servers that all these affiliates take up? Affiliates get priority transcoding, no longer VOD storage, which takes us more of their cloud. Again, I don't think that's a lot of money. This is just my own personal view of things, but I don't think Twitch is not getting a profit out of their streaming platform. It's just the company doesn't think they're earning as much as they can, and they're doing all sorts of things. Like a lot of companies now, they are not trying to provide some sort of positive change, increasing investment in certain things that they should increase investment on, but rather they are only focusing on reducing cost. So maybe they think, yes, as you say, Kibane, that they are looking at the maintenance cost of affiliates. That we can shave off a few dozen millions of costs by doing this, or by reducing the amount of affiliates that are just hogging the services provided by the company, right? So that could be a possibility, but it's good for the short term, no doubt. It's good for the short term, but it's bad for the long term. People are just going to go to better options. If Twitch is unable to provide better incentives, better benefits from competitors, there is going to be competitors soon. If not this year, next year, there will be possible places people would switch permanently. And I mean, people are already trying, going into different platforms already. But next year, I believe there's going to be like at least for me, I'm also seriously considering not streaming on Twitch. I'm not also specifically saying not streaming on Twitch on a daily basis. Maybe I'll be streaming on YouTube once a week or something like that. So that's a possibility. That's a possibility that's happening with everyone right now, especially specific platforms that are providing better benefits, better moderation, better visibility, all that stuff. What I'm looking for, if you're asking me which sort of platform I'm looking to, YouTube is one of them. I've always been putting out content over in YouTube. It's just that it's very hard to find to create exposure for my YouTube channel. I'm also looking at other platforms, other ways to monetize my channel. So yeah, I'm doing all I can right now because I really want to make this work. But I'm not ready to go down with Twitch. YouTube just needs to fix their discoverability, and they can compete really well. Yeah, they have to fix their streaming discoverability. That's the worst part of it for them, because unfortunately YouTube is first and foremost a video uploading platform, not a streaming platform. So they haven't been focusing on, putting money, putting time, effort into their streaming features and all that stuff. But slowly, it's happening. Slowly. But for me, there's also, I've been hearing another a streaming platform called VStream or something like that, specifically for VTubers. There's an upcoming one. A lot of people are talking good about it. It's still in a beta stage or something, so it's not open for everyone. You have to apply for it. Yeah, so I'm looking to see that. Hopefully that is going to be a thing. I would prefer the VTuber community, with all its bad and good and bad. I would like to stream at a place that specifically is for VTubers. But anyways, I digress. It has potential, but it's just on fire right now. It's not a mixer. It's a place I don't want to go into for now. I've talked about it. I've talked about Kick last year. It's really bad. Even from a legal, we're just looking at a legal perspective. It's really bad. I have my video on my YouTube channel if you're interested in looking at it. It's not long talking about it. Also pretty funny. Certain things I talk about, especially that I remember they had a clause that repeated. They had a clause that repeated themselves, which is very bad for a platform to have a mistake that big. Plus the gambling stuff. Yeah, it's the gambling stuff, the crypto stuff, the very, very bad environment. At least from the general look at the website. But yeah, it's another kind of worm, which maybe or maybe not. I will look into it again once things are better. I don't think it's going to be better, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, moving on. Program revenue. So this is where they tell you the changes made to their monetization features and how you can look up into this one. They have changed this. Previously, in the agreement, affiliate agreement, you can find out what 1 bit of if you share with 1 bit, how much of these streamers are getting. So originally you can find out here, which says 1 bit is equivalent of US cent, 1 US cent, which is 0.01 USD. So, you know, I have to say it's the best monetization feature the Twitch has is bits, because all the bits, 100% of it is given to streamers. The only downside is, yeah, Twitch already has gotten a portion of fees cut out of the bits when you buy bits. But other than that, this is the best one compared to subs, right? Which subs over here, in the past, it's told you the revenue is a 50-50 split, right? Which I think most people already know about this. When you subscribe, when you pay 5 USD or something like that, half of that, 250 is given to Twitch. You know, very bad. But you know, it is what it is. It's still money. The benefits you get is, you know, emotes, no ads, and all that stuff. But I want to talk about the changes made, and the changes are, you don't know any of this anymore over here. You don't know whether it's 50-50 here, and supposedly you should be able to know all this stuff in your dashboard now. And I can finally show my dashboard. I can finally show my dashboard. Which is this is another thing, a small change. I think it's not anyone really is like interested about it, but previously, let me just show you this. Previously, in the affiliate agreement, they have a clause saying this. They provide you access to our dashboard that provides data relating to program fees. Then they say that you can't show this because it is at all times exclusively owned by them and remain our confidential information. So they don't have this anymore. I searched for it. They don't have this clause anymore in the new one. So in a sense, I can show you this now. Where is it? Let me just do this. Okay. All right. So they do show you now. Yeah. So this is how much I'm getting paid. I think for the next month. For next month. So yeah, either for next month or next 2 months. I'm not getting paid anytime soon because of the threshold. So 50-50 split for affiliates. So now if you want to find out if the revenue split is still that, it's shown here. But with Cheers, you don't know about much. Hey. They did change this. Okay, this is new. Oh, this is the first time I'm seeing this. I keep trying to find out how much bits per cheer cost. Well, they put it over here now. Are they watching my streams? I don't think they are watching my streams. Just, you know, but they have put in the how do you say, amount of what bits are given to Twitch to streamers now. That's good. That's good. So all the information is supposed to be found over here now, right? And yeah, previously I had a problem with this because you didn't know how much all this costs, and they could change it as much as they like. But then again, because they put it over here, which is they can change it anytime they like, you have to remain vigilant. You have to remain vigilant and always checking this is whether it is still the same or not, whether the revenue split is still the same or not. I'm hearing a lot of rumors about this, that they will be changing for affiliates, but it hasn't changed yet, so I'm not going to say what exactly, but rumors are that the revenue split is going to become lesser, which is, oh my goodness, no, please no. If you change it any lower, I would rather just go to Kick or something. If they change this, the sub revenue split. But yes, anyways, that's about it for the earnings. So yeah, they changed this. That's not much to talk about, but just do know, for any streamers, the affiliates or partners, if you want to find out how much you're getting paid exactly, in some certain extent, this is where you find out how much you're getting paid. Okay, for what it's worth. Cheering. And yeah, so that's that. So now we're down to the payment and reporting, right? So with this one, they didn't change much, except for the ones I highlighted. 45 days. Even though I remember last time Twitch says, oh, they're going to change it to 15 days payment cycle or something. So basically, you'll be getting paid 15 days every time as long as you are above the threshold. But nope. I think they removed that totally anymore. Over here somewhere in the payouts or in the earnings, you could have they would tell you that, oh, within 15 days we will pay you if you're above the threshold. But no, they've removed that because I think they are unable to provide that promise. So this has remained the same. It is still 45 days they will pay you every 45 days. From the end after the end of each calendar month, right? And yeah, the new things that I've added into is over here. If you do not provide such information documentation, so these are all the affiliate information you have to put in the real life information. Is how do I say this? I just have to make this quick because I need to really go now. To do something, run errands, and also going to rain. But yeah, not really important. This is just, you know, if you're an affiliate, if you're a partner, you have to fill in all the tax forms, all the necessary bank account details and all that. If you do not fill in all these things, within 180 days, your money will be forfeited, right? They're saying it's not just you're not getting paid. The money that you earn from this program will be forfeited on a month-to-month rolling basis. So yeah, this is actually quite bad if you don't do your due diligence, if you don't fill in up your necessary information, right? Proper information, I would say, accurate and all that stuff. So do take note. This is not bad. This is not like oh, Twitch is bad or something kind of cost. This is just something that makes sense, but also, yeah, don't forget about this, or don't think you can ignore things like taxes and all, so that no money, you can still get your money, right? And of course, any changes, there's another new clause over here. Any changes to your contact and payment information will not be effective until at least 15 days after submission to us. So this pretty minor. If you don't have updated information and they can't pay you when they usually should be paying you, you have to wait another 15 days, or after you update it to your latest payment information. Twitch has the right to offset any amounts owing by Twitch to you against any amounts owing from you to Twitch, whether under this agreement or otherwise. Ah yes, this is also another pretty bad one, which no one has talked about because this is hidden in this wall of tax. Is yeah, if Twitch is owing you money, but you owe Twitch money as well, anywhere in Twitch, whether it's you're paying for subscriptions and you haven't paid subscriptions because of something, all that stuff, they can deduct money from this program. Previously, there's no such thing. There's no such clause at all. The only thing they can offset is maybe they paid you too much for some reason, but with this one, they can offset money. That is you needing to pay Twitch. So basically, they might offset it from your Twitch subscriptions, offset it from your bits payments, wherever it is, you know. Right, that's something to think about. And of course, the only good thing about this agreement is they don't have a clause to say that, or if you how do I say this? If you violate this agreement, including the terms of service, in addition to any other rights or remedies available to us, and to the extent permitted by applicable law, reserve the right to withhold, and you agree you will not be eligible to receive program fees otherwise payable to you under this agreement, whether or not directly related to such a violation. So they can also withhold payment, right? Or, you know, take less necessary legal actions against you if you violate something from this agreement. So looking back at this one, yep, the very vague clause of wanting you to have consistent quality live content, all that stuff, they can enforce this, you know, because it is considered a violation of the agreement if you can't reach to their vague standards of streaming, right? And everything else is the same. And about Keybane's mention of the paying for $25, that one, I've addressed this somewhere else, but this is not really bad per se, because originally in the old affiliate agreement, if let's say you terminate this agreement, or they terminated this agreement, you're supposed to repay. You're supposed to forfeit at a certain amount of money. And in the previous one, that money is anything, all the money, all the money inside your how do you say? In your account, in your Twitch account, at the time being when you when they terminate your account. Okay, over here, I haven't highlighted it. Any earned balance below the payment threshold will remain unpaid. No termination of this agreement will relieve either party of any liability for any breach or liability accruing under this agreement prior to termination. Yeah, so let me clarify. Yes, right now they have the thing to say that they will deduct $25 if either if you're not active, right? If you're not active in Twitch, or you decide to terminate your agreement, Twitch will deduct a $25 or less, depending on how much left is in your balance, in your account, Twitch account. But with this one, originally, if you, let's say you have because this one is like $100, the threshold is $100. So here it means any earned balance below the payment threshold will remain unpaid. So if you earn about $99, you have $99 in your balance, and your account gets terminated, those $99 is going to be forfeited, right? it's going to be forfeited $99 rather than $25. So definitely a better term than the previous one. All right, but again, I'd say $25 because of maintenance fees. It's fine. It sounds reasonable. But yeah, it's not really a bad thing as people have really take it. But yeah, that's something. Also, the rest is kind of minor. They've added something called the sanctioned person, meaning say I think it is like if you're like a wanted person, if you're a person that is banned from US or something like that, you can't become an affiliate or partner. So that's pretty much it. This is something new they added. Then with this one, the terms of termination clause, yes. Again, over here they do say they can terminate you with or without cause, but they do give you a 30 days notice to tell you for that. But interestingly enough, they have this Twitch partner, specific Twitch partner termination clause, which doesn't apply to affiliates. For this one, kind of redundant because they can terminate a partner with or without cause. But for this one, they added extra reasons for their ability to terminate partners, which suffice to say is pretty interesting. Normally it's all the violation of disagreement or not, and as well as the TOS, but they added something else as well. You can't defame. You can't talk bad about Twitch as a partner. You can't talk bad about Twitch as a partner. Apparently, right? You can't. So the examples are: you can't disrepute, you can't content, scandal, ridicule, or which may shock, insult, or offend a significant portion of the community. You can't make any statements or take any actions that disparage, defame, sully, or compromise the goodwill, name, brand, or reputation of Twitch, Amazon, or their respective affiliates. If you commit any other act that may injure, hinder, or interfere with the business interests of Twitch, Amazon, or their respective affiliates. If you or any user content violates the terms of service of this agreement, you or your Twitch channel is suspended or banned from Twitch services as a result. If you or your Twitch channel is deemed a repeat infringer pursuant to Twitch's repeat infringer policy described in terms of service, this is about copyright infringement, and you or your channel is suspended or banned with Twitch service as a result, or if you are ever become a sanctioned person. So yeah, great. When you become a partner and Twitch makes things that are bad for you as a Twitch partner, you can't talk bad about him. You can't talk bad about Twitch. This is not good. I think I've seen this sort of terms in Kick as well. So, well. So yeah, this is for you to consider whether you want to be a partner now. A serious consideration. Anyways, moving on. If you or we terminate this agreement, a maintenance fee will be deducted from your remaining balance. Yeah, so this is the one. Yeah, again, I've talked about it again, just this now. Would you rather have $99 deducted or $25 deducted when the agreement gets terminated? Right? Choose one. Anyhow, so that's it. The other clauses are just standard TOR clauses, which I've explained already. And yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. With the in-depth analysis of talking about the changes made in June, right? So if no one has any questions, I'll hydrate first. Oh no, why is my mouth? Have my mouth been doing that? Probably. Well, it makes for, I guess, character. Anyways, any questions? I think why that's happening is because I'm wearing glasses and it's like affecting its webcam tracking or something. Anyhow. Right, I'm done. Any question? No questions? I will hydrate. Oh,
Thanks for reading.
Thank you for the raid. Let me wait. Let me hydrate first.
Posture check.
Oh, posture check. Sam, dusk. Extreme.
Stretch.
Oh, stretch. Shimigami Nukimara. Your first time. I haven't seen you before. Oh, thank you for the follow, Cairo. Cairo Tyrant. I call you Cairo. Let me give you a shout out. Give you a shout out, Dusk. You did. You got it. Oh, nice, nice. Cairo. Pretty cool name. Reminds me of Death Stranding for some reason. You play? Oh, you're doing art, Dusk. What art sort of art you were doing? Hello, hello. How you doing, Nuki? Shimigami. Shimigami. What's a Shimigami? It's not Shini. It's not a death god, right? Or is it a death god? Because that's she. I don't know. Wait, oops, that's not right. That's totally wrong. Kairop is a filthy bean eater and a good friend. Why? Bean eater. Beans are good. Especially, I like beans. Specifically red beans and black beans. Soup. Or, you know, the cans. There's some comms and other secret stuff. Ooh, secret stuff. Because Kairop. The prefix Kairop prefers to join fingers. So Death Stranding has the Kairop stuff that looks like hands. Oh! Right. They also got by. Good. Welcome. Bean jugger, excuse you. In our case, it refers to bats. Oh. Straight from the can. Bats are Chiroptera. Oh. It's a play on the term Shinigami. Ah. Straight from the can. Yep. I think I have eaten red beans straight from the cans as well. The box scraps. But I have a question. Yes. Anyone has a question about what I've done? Because I'm ending soon. My dad wants me to do something. Yeah. Any questions right now? Because I'm done with the explanations and everything. How are you doing? I'm doing good. This is my first day. Oh yeah. This is my first day doing the VTuber SummerSlam. As you can see, how can I point? Up there. There's a overlay. Say that's the donation goal tracking for the thing. I think I can just show you the video again. If I have it, yeah, I just have it. Is everyone here? I'm just going to do a promotion of the fundraising campaign I'm doing.
He's had hard trials that I feel like a lot of people haven't really experienced. As a little kid, that's got to be tough.
There's research to demonstrate that play helps healing time, it helps reduce length of stay, it allows them to thrive in an environment when they're faced with adversity.
The go-karts help make gaming possible inside hospitals. They're portable video game stations that are designed specifically to address the challenges in hospital environment. Each cart is equipped with a lift mechanism, a tray for medical equipment, a screen that tilts depending on a patient's situation, and the entire cart is manufactured with medical-grade plastics.
They forget about what's happening in that hospital room. They can use it to distract from a painful procedure. They use it to make the day go by faster.
You've just challenged a driver.
Hello, I'm Megan.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Jerome.
I understand you have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I do as well.
Oh my gosh. Or a back brace, stuff like that.
That's pretty similar to me, actually. I have a backpack all the time with my feeding tube, along with metal braces and things. Oh, there's a corner. I suppose what helps me is to think there's other things about me, not just the fact that I have this condition.
That's awesome.
What a novel and brilliant idea. A kid cooped up in a hospital room and a cart comes rolling in with a console on it and you can play games. That's great.
The use of video and virtual reality software as therapy continues to gain momentum in the medical community.
If I'm not feeling good, I get on Xbox and it gets my mind off things. I've created a community of friends that I get on and I play with every night.
Okay, so that's the thing I've been invited to join to be part of. So yeah, so there's a link in the pin over there if anyone wants to make donation to it. Basically, yeah, this organization provides this sort of a portable game console kiosk for people to for children in pediatric hospitals to use, because a lot of children, I would say, assume stay in hospitals quite some time. It gets pretty boring, either boring and lonely or scary. So this is a good thing for people, for those children to be distracted with, you know, having fun playing games. And I would say, this is like you can't say anything bad about this one. We would totally support. I would totally support if this is a thing. It was a thing in Malaysia. We would totally support it. To be, you know, have hospitals equipped with this sort of a thing. So yeah, and this organization provides this kiosk, as well as other programs they do. There's a program called Player 2, which of course, you know, other than providing the kiosk, they also have volunteers help set up these things, or fix, repair any sort of problems with the kiosk, and just guide the patients or children or hospital staffs on how to do all this stuff and distribute this kiosk. And Save Point Tree is also another thing they do, is making vending machines that provides toys, game codes, and also swag stuffs. All right. And so those are three simple things. This is a very specific thing that this organization does. It's non-profit. It's helping a lot of people, apparently. 390 healthcare facilities in the US and abroad. There has been 1,550 active go-karts, and it's helping 10,800 kids daily. And this kiosk, this go-karts, exists in 9 countries and still expanding. And yeah, so this is how, whatever donations we make, this is how they're going to be using it. $10 would be getting a merch for the vending machine, $30 would be a controller, $60 would be a game title, $100 would be a monitor, but $300 would be a new game console, $500 would be upgrading the go-karts, upgrading the kiosks, and at $3,500 you will be getting, the organization will be able to, you know, donate a go-kart for hospitals. So that's pretty much it. That's what I can explain. If anyone have questions about this, do help so. I can focus, but this is amazing. Oh, no problem. Thank you. I'm very happy to be part of this, even though, you know, maybe I'm not going to get a lot of donations. But I like help spreading awareness on this thing. I think a lot of YouTubers have joined us. I'm one of the few last VTubers who have been invited to be part of it. So yeah, if anyone wants to donate, if you do donate, for the time being, the incentive is only if you donate more than $100, I will do one art commission for anyone, for any kind of art commission, really. For if you are donating more than $200. But yeah, for my channel, my fundraiser campaign, it's good night. Oh, good night, Cairo. Good night. It's going to be the goal is to reach $1,000. But if we do reach it beyond that, we'll just increase the what you call the donation goal. Anyways, nothing to force anything. But if you do want to spread awareness on this campaign that's going around, please do go to their website or to the Twitter to the tweet I made talking about these things, which is, I'm just gonna link it over here. How did I get here? Hello, it's Zenji. Hello. Welcome. I probably came from Dusk's raid or Dazzy's raid, whichever, the two. But anyways, if no one has questions anymore, we're about to end the stream. But yeah, I do have to address the people who are watching on the VOD. Thank you so much for watching in my YouTube channel. If anyone is doing that, hope you whatever you watch has been helpful, and oh my goodness, my brain. Like, subscribe, comment, and all that stuff for else, and hope you're able to continue with whatever it is that is you're doing. What am I saying? Oh, bro, my brain is becoming a mess. But anyways, take care, stay hopeful, but be critical. Oof, man, the lightning. Bye-bye, everyone, in the VODs, not the streamers. Bye-bye.